So let's go ahead, get behind the computer and determine what the current shipping prices should be. And I figured you could sit with me while I also determined how to batch edit my 400 plus current listings. Hi Sequels friends, welcome back to my channel. So recently I shipped out a couple of eBay orders and I noticed that the shipping cost more than the shipping I had on the item. And that is because USPS costs have continued to increase, and now they have increased so much so that the shipping that I have on my current eBay items is not covering shipping or barely covering shipping. So I figured it was time to determine what the current shipping cost should be and go ahead and update my eBay store. Now, of course, this doesn't apply to Poshmark because they have their flat rate priority mail shipping. And to be honest with you, I'm not even going to worry about Mercari because I have so few sales over there. And then they also remove those platform fees. So I have a lot more wiggle room over there. But on eBay, between platform fees, offers to likers, I really need to be sure that I'm covering my shipping costs. So let's go ahead, get behind the computer and determine what the current shipping prices should be. And I figured you could sit with me while I also determined how to batch edit my 400 plus current listings. One of the places you can go to determine what the current shipping prices are is to go directly to USPS.com. If you click on their pricing calculator, you can see here that you can select the country, you can select the zip code you're shipping from, and I usually just Google what's the most expensive shipping zip code to ship to, and you can do it there. But I have found, for me, it's easier, it's all on one screen, I don't have to worry about zip codes, is if I just go into eBay. So I go into my sellers area on eBay, I'm picking an old item, and then I'm just going to pretend like I'm getting another label so that it will pull up the shipping information for me here on eBay. So you can see up top, you can put in the weights. You should be familiar with this for if you're already shipping on eBay. You can put in the weight up there, and then you can select any of the your preferred carriers. And then also whether it's priority, express, etc. So I ship primarily USPS because they pick it up from my house. So what we're going to need to do is figure out the weights and break that down. I know that basically what my shipping profiles are, and let's get a spreadsheet started with that. I thought I would pop in real quick here just to have a very quick conversation on whether or not you should use calculated shipping versus flat rate shipping. And I know that there's like two schools of thought on this. Calculated shipping, a lot of people in the eBay forum says is 100% accurate and the customer is paying exactly what it costs to ship, and so you'll be covered. For me, it's easier to do a flat rate shipping. I can calculate and figure out what the shipping should be for every item, and then I also build into that shipping price enough money to cover the cost of my packaging goods. Some other people, that they do calculated shipping, they may build that into the cost of their item and build it into their retail. That's just not the way that I have done it. That also, by building that in, gives me a little bit of wiggle room. USPS prices have gone up a couple of times, but this is the first time I have to change my prices because I had that built in there. I say you do whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you want to represent your business model. As long as people are shopping in your store, you can feel confident that your decision is the right decision. And I'm popping this picture up here as just an extra oomph reminder to build those shipping material costs in somewhere. If you choose to do calculated shipping, not like how I'm doing in this video, not creating a shipping profile, then you still want to make sure you're covering your packaging materials. I feel like sometimes this is a lost cost that people forget to get reimbursed. So build it into your cost of goods or build it into your cost of shipping. Now I'm just going to brainstorm some things here so that I have it all written down for us. So I know that most of my shipping comes out to certain weights. Typically for jewelry, it's under 3 ounces. Shirts may be under 8 ounces. If we get up to something a little bit bigger, like smaller size pants or heavier shirts, we're looking at 12 ounces. And then anything under a pound, because we know all of this can ship ground. So I'm just gonna build a little table here to help me realize what these breakdowns in prices are. And the costs associated with them. Now that covers ground. We're also going to need priority mail. And for priority mail, I typically use flat rate priority mail. So I have my padded flat rate envelope, a small box, which I very rarely use, but we'll put it on there just in case. Medium boxes, which I tend to use for shoes or sweaters, and then large boxes that I tend to use for boots. So I'm going to want to figure out what USPS costs are to ship this. And then I'm also going to want to determine what my cost is going to be that I'm going to charge for this. So this little table is going to help me do that. And what we'll do is we'll have this table, and then we can go over onto eBay and put in all of our weights and see what the USPS price is. Now right now I'm just beautifying this spreadsheet so that it's going to be a little bit easier for us to use when we get to the next phase. And this information is easy for you to get to just start from 1 ounce, 2 ounces, 3 ounces. I just happen to know my approximate categories because I've been doing this for a while. So let's head on over back to our fake label we're making and put in some measurements. So let's start at 3 ounces. And if you look down below, you can see USPS Ground Advantage. The cost to ship a 3 ounce package is $4.36. Put in 4 ounces, it's still $4.36. So let's go ahead and put in 5 ounces and see if we're still at $4.36. Nope, when we ship something that's 5 ounces, the price goes up. So we know that our first shipping category, our first flat rate shipping price is going to end up being not 1 to 4 ounces. I guess I'd say anything 4 ounces and below. So let's head on over to the spreadsheet, update it so it's 4 ounces and under, and then put in what the USPS cost is for that, which was $4.36. So then we're going to head back on over to eBay, and now we're going to do the same thing for putting in 5 ounces, and then we're going to do 6, and we're going to do the same thing all the way up to 16 ounces so that we can see what breaks the prices change, and then I'll update the spreadsheet accordingly. Like I'm doing right here, anything under 8 ounces came in at $4.66. So I know that I typically add $1 onto the costs in order to make sure that it's covering all those packaging materials I told you about, and then I round it up to 99-cent ending. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and adjust all these prices, calculate in that roundup, and get a formula going so that we can just copy that down. So now we're going to do the same things for the priority mail. So I'm going to put in a price over a pound, and then we're going to look at what the priority mail price is for a small box, the padded flat rate. The padded flat rate I have first on my list, so that's $8.95. The small box, which comes to $8.71. We're going to scroll down and get to the medium box, which is up to $15.19. This is where I got burnt because I had it in at $14.99, so I lost just a little bit of change there, but definitely didn't cover my packaging. And then we're going to get up to that large box, which is $20.69. So I'm just going to beautify my spreadsheet a little bit here. And that far column that I don't have any heading on, that's just helping me round up my price. I'm going to hide that in just a second. First, let's copy this down here. And then I'm going to hide this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add one more column that lets me know what my old shipping price was. Because if it matches, I'm not going to have to worry about actually going in and update anything. But if it changes, I am going to have to update it. So as per usual, I'm going to pull up my handy dandy spreadsheet. If you guys have been following me for some times, you have seen this craziness that is my spreadsheet. Yes, I just feel more comfortable with that than just randomly looking at lists perfectly. I don't trust their numbers. I have to see my own numbers. So I'm going to go and pull some of those shipping costs of how I had them broken down by size and pop them in here. And as you can see, shipping prices have definitely changed. It looks like every single thing went up in price by $1. $1 there until you get to medium and large, which it looks like there's a $2 price increase. Now look at my new shipping prices in the middle column and see how the under 4 ounce is $5.99 and the under 8 ounce is $5.99. I'm going to go ahead and make a little less money on the 4 ounces so that the tiering makes more sense. So I'm just going to update my spreadsheet there. And there you have it. We have calculated all of our prices. So now it is time to go to eBay, go back to our seller area, and we're going to change the prices. Now I've changed all the prices for you so you don't have to watch me do all of them. But we are going to change the price of this higher price pointed ones. I haven't finished the $14.99 and the $19.99. So we're going to go to edit and edit all of our listings. I've just had another one going, so I'm going to just click through continue. That probably will not pop up for you unless you already had one in the works. And here, when you are in your batch editing screen, there is actually a column up at the top for shipping. And we can take that column up at the top, here it is, lowest shipping cost, and we can double click on it so that it will put them in order. So once they're in order, I scroll down to the $14.99 price point because I'm going to take all those $14.99s and I want to update them to $16.99. So we're just going to click away on all of them. There's a little bundle of them, so it's going to take a little bit. As we scroll down, you can see there's more, and then look, we get to a $9.99. So we are done with the $14.99s. You're going to hit bulk edit. Click on domestic shipping, change to, and then you're going to find your box that you're using. So I'm going to use the medium flat rate box. That is what this shipping category is. And then I'm going to say the buyer pays the flat rate shipping and what the new cost is. Tap apply and you're good to go. It really was more simple than I thought it was going to be. And when you're completely done, you can hit submit and they're all ready to go. I hope you guys found this useful to sit with me as I figured this all out. I'm sure there are many other ways that you can calculate this. I'm sure there's many other ways that you can batch edit all this information, and so if it's easy for you to explain some of them in the comments, please go ahead and do. This is just what I came up with on the fly to try to get it done, and I thought you might think it interesting or helpful so that you don't have to research and figure out how to do this on your own. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and if you enjoy reselling content and you would like to see more of my content where I share with you unboxings, hauls, and tips and tricks like today's video, then click on my head right here and then click on that pink subscribe button. And if you want to watch some more videos, because you have shipping all figured out on eBay, so now it would be a great time for you to watch this video where I share with you 8 ways to increase your sales, whether it be on eBay, Poshmark, or Mercari. Check it out.